A month in Taiwan, eh? It's kind of exciting. The last time I went back, I think, was probably around 4 to 5 years ago. Good morning. I'm staying at my aunt's place while they're not using this apartment for the first few days because it's a lot closer to my grandma. My dad bought me a bunch of ramen and snacks just in case I would get hungry. I think it's like 5 or 6 a.m. right now. Nope. 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 No. This one? Unlock? Water. Yay! Let's find some chopsticks. What is this? How do I open it? Oh, that's new. I bought like a 10 gigabyte data plan for the entire month that I'm here, so I'm trying to not use my phone as much as possible. It was nice to like have some time to literally force myself to have like a digital detox and to focus on like chatting with my grandma or my dad. I also have been doing a lot of sketching. I did some of their house yesterday. My grandma. I didn't really capture the likeness in that one, so I tried again. It's kind of hard to only use pen. I think my struggle with drawing portraits with pen is that you cannot mess up because then one wrong line will make them completely not like them. I also put these little guppies. My aunt has a lot of guppies. They all have like different tail patterns. Whoa. Whoa. This one hits different. This one's so good. It's cold here. Marshmallow vibes only. My grandma typically takes naps in the afternoon, so my dad decided to take me to his ceramic studio that he's been going to. It was such a beautifully decorated studio. I really loved how simple it is, but also the clutter of all the handmade objects and the collections of things. His teacher saw my camera and told me immediately like I can film and take pictures of whatever I want to, so that was really nice of him. Right now I'm in Inga, which is supposed to be like the ceramics old street. There's a lot of cars going by right now. I just had lunch with my dad and he went to pottery class. It's cold and there's a lot of rain, but we're gonna get through this. Let's go explore. So I didn't realize until after I left this old street that I was actually on the wrong side of the street. My dad said there was a whole nother side of the Inga old street that had even more handmade stuff, and I was on the side that had a lot of like mass-produced ceramics. So that's a little bit unfortunate.
很帅哎，很帅啊，不错，很快的，对不对？ 很像
乱画，
对，很像乱画好。
我才刚开始这一本。
哦，
昨天我去咖啡厅在画。
这边画的哇，好漂亮，谢谢。
哇，看起来好漂亮。
奶奶听你要吃珍珠圆子，讲了好多天了。
生日呢，就
白
是
色蛋的。
可那生日啊，没有才艺，没去准备，就随便吃一吃。
在美国还没有这样
你不要这样讲的可怜，没会吃。
丰盛。
你就吃晚一点，吃晚一点好吃点。生日快乐！生日快乐！
这是你选的菜，好多颜色。有人要请客。I just checked into my Taipei hotel. For the first few days, I was in Taoyuan, and now I'm in Taipei, which is probably like around an hour's ride away. That's like how long it took us to get here. There's a little bit of traffic, and it's my first time ever like booking a hotel just for myself. I have Maple with me. Maple is my comfort for this trip. I love sleeping with Maple around my neck like this. It makes me feel like I'm at home. There's 3 cats. Oh. Hi. Why aren't you sitting under the tree? Why are you sitting right under the sky? What's in there, buddy? Selfie with the... Oh, his little leaf. Tripping on my skirt. Yeah. I just came back from the night market. It was very chaotic, but I ate a lot of good food. This is gonna be the hotel that we're staying in during our stay in Taichung, and it's very cute and very modern. Today was more of like a travel day. It took maybe 3 hours to get from north of Taiwan to the middle of Taiwan, so we're all very tuckered out. I got some stamps downstairs. The cool thing about Taiwan is they always have like little stamps in the more touristy areas, but this one was just in the hotel. I was feeling so inspired and I really wanted to sketch the entire time, but I was finding it hard to, I guess, find little pockets here and there because since we were traveling as a big group of 8 people, it was just a little hard to find time for myself. But I realized that the sweet time in between breakfast and going out was when everyone was still getting ready and I could fit in some sketching. And so that's what I did. I did some sketches from some photos that I took yesterday. And also this guy. I guess I was feeling very inspired this day because even after sketching all throughout breakfast and a little bit afterwards, I ended up walking outside, sitting down and continuing my sketch session. I pretty much just wanted to draw the cluster of buildings that was outside of our hotel, and even after sketching here, we walked to a park and I continued sketching there as well, and it was just like a really nice low-key day exploring and sketching away. Something I've learned while traveling is that there's always a small pocket of time in between being on the move and activities that are perfect for creative things like sketching or furthering our passions. Throughout last year, I have been toying with the idea of silversmithing, and after taking my first class, I realized how nice it is to get some guidance for new hobbies and skills to make it less daunting to start. As someone that has used Skillshare in the past, even before I started my career, I knew I'd be able to continue learning online at my own pace, even when I'm back at home. Skillshare is one of the largest online learning communities for creatives with so many paths that you can learn from, including art and design, business, and even hobby classes. Something new that Skillshare has created is learning paths. If you don't know where to begin, there are hand-picked classes you can take in order, and the skills you learn build off of one another. A learning path I think a lot of you might be interested in if you want to learn how to start drawing or even build on your drawing foundations. It's called Discover the Art of Science and Drawing by Brent Eviston. I like that he is extra reassuring that drawing is a skill that anyone can do as long as they practice. If you want to jumpstart your year by trying new things you've been thinking about trying, the first 500 people to use the link in my description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Wow. We're at our next spot. That leaf is so pretty. So to get up to some of the trails up in Alishan, you can either walk and hike all the way up yourself, or you can take this train up there. I have a lot of my Alishan clips of like the mountains and views in my previous video if you want to check that out. It's a very fun one, and it's really beautiful. I recommend after you watch this video to go to that one.
你要先那个 oil first, then dressing.
Okay.
Dressing is for.
On this day, we were checking out of our Alishan place, and because it was rainy and gloomy, I feel like all the plants were so happy to soak in all of this moisture. I did some sketches from the photos I took on our hikes. I had pictures of like chickens and lettuce that people planted outside, I think for aesthetics and not for eating. The first thing we did once we got to Kending was we took this little tour. Yay, 谢谢. And the tour guide was showing us all the different native plants. He also gave us a little keychain that was made out of the shell of a nut or something. And eventually he brought us down to the most southern tip of Taiwan, where we could look at the waves crashing on the shore and all the greenery. It was really nice, very windy. It's been a pretty hectic past few days. So we were in Taichung, and then we went to Alishan, which is a little further south up in the mountains. And today we just got to Kending. We've been driving, I guess like in 3-hour increments between each place. And in between we do all the fun stuff. I decided that I wanted to stay in today. I need like a little breather for a bit and recharge my social batteries. This was when we were just sitting, chilling in between places, and there was like a food truck that looked like a little traveling van. It's just a in-person sketch of my friends. This is all of my stamps I collected up in Alishan, where there were all the like train stations and stuff. Haven't filled this page yet, but there's more stamps. I really like this stamp, this huge one. from Kenting. At this point, I think we're all feeling very tired and very fulfilled by last week's adventuring. So this week was a lot more chill, which meant there was more time to just sit down and draw and to be a potato and to soak in and digest all the beautiful things we saw. I really didn't get to use my watercolor set because I just found it a lot easier to take around my little pocket sketchbook and my little Brown Muji pen, and I really liked actually practicing with just pen. It kind of made me, I guess, like figure out how to make different textures and be more comfortable just drawing straight up with pen. But I did manage to squeeze in a little watercolor painting of this Kending view that I had of the beach, and it was fun, just like drawing with my friend. This is also the last week that we spent with everyone before we parted ways and Britt and I headed up to Taipei by ourselves for the remaining, I think, 2.5 weeks. Would you like to show the people what you drew?
No, it's really ugly.
It's a very nice squid. That looks so pretty. That's good. Taiwan has such cute cafes to just like hang around, talk with your friends, get some work done. I actually was designing some Patreon stickers, and I wanted to do like these little stamp designs because there were so many stamps around Taiwan, so I designed my own stamp and made it into a transparent sticker. And then afterwards we headed out to a park, and it was such a beautiful park because you could see like all the different activities that everyone had going on. We stumbled across like a bunch of middle-aged to old men just like sitting around waiting for birds to fly and perch on like a tree so that they can photograph them. It was really fun to see like how excited everyone was, and some of them had crazy cameras. Like their lens was probably as long as my arm, and also like some grandpas brought their own digital cameras.
We bitch watched hours of K-drama.
Comment down below. Oh, fuck.
I feel like my friend Britt and I should be called the cafe hopping sisters because just in this week alone we went to probably like 4 or 5 different cafes, and there were so many different yummy foods and drinks. We also eventually went to one of my favorite places in Taipei, which is Hwasan Creative Park. It's so nice there. I feel like there's always events going on. For example, like when we went, there was a Snoopy event, there's a Hello Kitty event. Now what I love about this area is that they carry a lot of like small artists here and their work and their products, and it's so endless. I feel like I could spend hours here. If you ever visit, highly recommend going to Hwasan. Little haul for the day. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one's Brittany's. Oh wait, do you want me to keep it together? Yeah. Near my grandma's place, there's this really quaint little hike that you can go on that my dad goes to once in a while, and there are a lot of dogs there. Some of them are stray, but I believe some of them are also other people's dogs. They're just more like free roaming dogs. Oh, 后面也有一只。哎呀，哎呀，朋友。 My dad was telling me how Taiwan is a lot more lenient about like land rules. So for example, like people just pave their own paths and the paths aren't even like on the map, or like they'll flatten out a piece of the mountain and tie up strings to the trees and use it as like a stretching area. And people will just come by and plant flowers if they want to, like it's very chill. He also told me that back when I think he was in college or like when he was younger, he would just run up the mountains and there was no trails or anything built up there yet. And at night they would just be like wandering around in there. And my favorite part about this trail is that there's this little cafe up there and it's so cute. And every time I go back to Taiwan, I feel like I go there at least once. It's currently the last week that we are staying in Taiwan, and I'm in so much denial. I do not want to accept that tomorrow I am boarding a plane and going back home. I feel like I've been dreaming about this month-long trip for so long, and now that it's almost over, I'm so sad, and I just want to like come back as quickly as possible. I think because now it's setting in that the trip is ending, I'm trying to fit in as much eating and walking around and exploring as I can, doing all the things that I told myself I was gonna do. I feel like in this month specifically, it reinforces my want to live abroad here, and I feel like just in this month alone, I've learned so much about the culture, the way people like to dress, like the style around here.
I'm gonna draw this right here.
The interesting realization about this trip that I had was that in a way I feel like I fit in so well, but I also feel like I stand out like a sore thumb because I wasn't born and raised in Taiwan. I already can't wait for the day when I can come back to Taiwan and be here again. Forgot to show you the final outcome, but I did kind of like this caramel color. I really like how it came out. I want to see if next time if I could go brighter and bleach it one more round and then make it like a pink on the inside, but I'm pretty happy with it. Session. Do you feel bittersweet now that we're leaving?
I'm good, but I keep getting pictures of my cat.
All the cute little things must leave.